All right, Linsanity, Linspiration, Thrillin'. You gotta love all the love for Jeremy Lin. His personal story, his faith, his play on the court, his slump to stardom. We are embracing the all-American dream here. Well, almost everyone is. Boxer Floyd Mayweather tweeted this, quote, "Jeremy Lin is a good player, but all the hype is because he's Asian. Black players do what he does every night and they don't get the same praise. Lin's hype is racial. Black players don't get the same praise." You know I had to talk about this with hip-hop public intellectual Marc Lamont Hill. Professor, you were pretty angry with Mayweather about this tweet. Why?
I was frustrated with Floyd. I love Floyd Mayweather, but he had this completely wrong. First of all, black players don't do this every night. Nobody does this every night. Over his first 6 starts, Jeremy Lin set NBA scoring records. It's like him, Allen Iverson, Shaq. I mean, even Wilt Chamberlain didn't do this in his first 6 games. So the numbers speak for themselves. His talent speaks for itself. People aren't hyping him just because he's Asian. The guy can ball. Now, that's not to say that there aren't racial dimensions to this, but he's definitely talented, and no one does this every night.
And I mean, he is the ultimate story of possibility. I mean, you pointed that out.
Yeah, I mean, this guy didn't get drafted. He was playing in the D-League. You know, worse than that, he was playing for the Golden State Warriors. And he was sitting on the end of a very bad New York Knicks bench. You know, he was somebody who wasn't expected to succeed. He went to Harvard, which isn't exactly known for producing NBA players. I mean, this is somebody who doesn't have the pedigree of basketball that you'd expect from a starter on the New York Knicks, and yet somehow he made it. This is a guy that people thought was the trainer when he walked into the Madison Square Garden, and now suddenly he's starting and scoring 38 on Kobe. I mean, that's the greatest story ever.
So let me ask you then, you know, we hear like Linsanity, right? That's the main thing that we hear anyway, and it's an awesome compliment. But Mark, we've also seen like Jackie Chan of basketball, great fried rice hype, air dumpling, fortune rookie. I mean, are we really that ignorant?
Some people are. I think first of all, people still have the sense of bewilderment and surprise that this guy can play basketball. I think that's a problem, and I think that, and then the racial slurs that accompany, like what we saw with ESPN, or the kind of...
Mark, why is that a problem? Why is it a problem that an Asian can play basketball?
Well, we don't have a script for it. We have scripts for what black men can do. We have scripts for what white women can do. We have scripts for what Asian men can do. If this guy won a spelling bee or built a plane, no one would be surprised. But we have scripts for basketball that say that black males are supposed to be dominating this sport, and maybe really, really tall white guys. And he challenges that script. But what we also have to be careful not to do is make him so unique and special that we deny the everyday talents of black people. So I hear people, for example, saying, Jeremy Lin studies film at halftime. Every basketball player looks at film at halftime in the middle of the game. Oh, he's so smart, he's so heady, he knows how to read a pick and roll. Well, so does Isaiah Thomas, you know, so does Chris Paul. I mean, you know, throughout history, there have been black players that do this too, so we don't want to ignore the racial dimensions, but let's not reduce him to some caricature. You know, that's a problem.
And as you know, we all know, there's so much, you know, talking smack, right? Everybody going off on each other, especially in the Twitter world. So just honestly, Mark, Lin's character really triumphs all here as well. Let's just listen to his response to the most recent racial slur.
Had to learn to forgive, and I don't even think that was intentional, or hopefully not.
Learn to forgive, not intentional. You know, what a classy kid. He's showing us more than just a great ball player here.
No, he's a good guy. He has great character. He's humble. You know, and he has some swag to him now. You know, he chest bumps and grabs his jersey and sticks out his tongue when he hits a 3. I mean, let's not turn him, you know, let's not turn him into Martin
He's not
Luther
an
King
angel?
Here.
Oh, okay.
No, he's not an angel. No, he's not an angel. But he's a good guy, and he's handling this really well, and I'm really proud of him, and I'm excited to see this story. It's great for the league, it's great for the NBA, and it's great for players everywhere.
Well, it's an interesting discussion, and it's been an interesting discussion among the Asian community as well. I mean, it's been really neat to see how it has rallied that community. They have embraced a star within their culture, for sure.
Absolutely. It's sad that the Knicks will still lose to my Philadelphia 76ers at the end of this year, but it's a great story. I'm glad that the Asian community is galvanized around him. And again, he's an inspiration to young people, not just of the Asian community, but everywhere. He's a reminder of what is possible. You know, he destroys barriers. He breaks down barriers. He reminds us of what's possible. Again, I'm not trying to make a Disney story, but he's a great story.
Let's look at it for what it is. Marc Lamont Hill.
There you go.
Thanks for weighing in.
My pleasure.
You bet.